He talks about this idea of giving as a grace. He says, hey, just like you excel in everything, faith, speech, knowledge, complete earnestness, you want to be mature followers of Jesus. Well, you can't be a mature follower of Jesus unless you're mature in this grace of giving as well. That as you've received grace, you extend grace to other people. That's what mature followers of Jesus do. It's overwhelming, the amount of stuff that God has given to us, that He's provided for us in our lives. And so given all the things God's given us, how could we not give generously? So this is my ask. Would you give yourself afresh to God? Would you lay out your life before God and completely yield yourself to Him? Would you pray that prayer, God, do whatever it takes in me to accomplish your will through me? Would you ask Him what He wants you to give at the finish line, and then whatever God tells you to do, you just do what God tells you to do? My goal is that 100% of our people will be 100% yielded to God. My goal is not a certain dollar amount, but I think if we yield ourselves to God and people who have made their commitment are faithful to what God calls them to, and if the 46% make a special finish line offering, then I think we'll go up and well above that $7.6 million mark. And that God will provide the exact number of dollars that we need to accomplish the mission that He's called us to. I think He'll be able to do that. But it comes down to yieldedness, to us coming before God and say, okay, God, everything I have, it's yours again. Tell me what to do with it. So to date, there are many people who have been faithful with their pledge. They're plugging right along and they're on track. And maybe God will say to you, just finish your pledge well and I'll be pleased with you, and that would be fantastic. There are some people who may be struggling to make their commitment work. And maybe you've lost a job, or maybe you've had a tough thing that's happened, your business is tanked, or you've got medical bills that are stacking up, and you just look at your pledge and you look at the bank account and you go, there's no way I could make that work. And I want to let you know our philosophy is that if you make a commitment, it's a commitment before God, not a pledge to the church. So if God says, hey, I free you from this and you got no guilt, you're not going to get any guilt from us. As a matter of fact, we're not going to give you any harassing phone calls. We're not going to give you mean emails. We're not sending out Vinny and Guido from the church to shake you down in your home. It's a commitment that's between you and God. And again, if your conscience is free before God, there's nothing more with accountability to the church about that. But maybe you're someone who got blessed by God in the last 3 years. Maybe you look at your stock portfolio and you go, my portfolio has gone way up. Maybe your business has exploded. Maybe things have happened in a great way, and you say, I want to honor God with a special gift because I way underrepresented my potential when I did my Double Your Impact pledge, and I'd like to make a special big finish line offering. That would be awesome. Some of you may be like me. You know, Kelly and I made our biggest commitment of our life financially to the Double Your Impact campaign. And we didn't know how we were going to make it, to be honest. It was an act of faith. But God provided some windfall that we did not expect in the middle of the campaign, and we were able to not only finish it, we were able to finish it early. And so now we come up to the finish line, and we're asking the question, God, what do you want to do through us as a special gift, even though we've finished our giving that we committed well? Maybe that's where you're at as well. Some of you may have no idea where you're at in terms of what your pledge was and how much you've given since then. We're not going to come after you about it, but if you call the church office, you want to know, just ask for the business office. They can update you on all of the records related to your pledge. But the commitment is between you and God, not a contract between you and the church. So that's why we're asking you to pray, God, do whatever it takes in me to accomplish your will through me.